Joining us now is the former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Bommai. Sir, thank you so much for talking to India today. So yesterday you have even requested the ruling dispensation to sort of rethink their decision into scrapping the NEP and bringing back the SEP. And you've also said, yes, of course. This is, Basavaraj Bommai with us. Even yesterday, he made a comment saying that bringing back the SEP, scrapping the NEP and bringing the SEP would be a criminal waste of resources for the students. And he also requested the ruling dispensation to sort of, relook their decision into scrapping the NEP and bringing the SEP. Even we had a word with Madhu Bangarappa, and he made a statement saying that the current NEP, it is vindictive in nature. Certain portions and certain syllabus, that children are made to study, they are vindictive in nature. They are completely unnecessary. Is what the current Education Minister Madhu Bangarappa said. And he even said that as we speak tonight, there will be a separate meeting between officials to sort of bring in a sort, just 2 months back he brought in a supplementary booklet of sorts that sort of decides which syllabus should the children be studying and which ones to be crapped out. So from the next academic year, even Chief Minister Siddaramaiah made a statement that from the next academic year, the SEP will be brought in. We are now joined by Basavaraj Bommai, sir. So Madhu Bangarappa made a statement saying that this current NEP is vindictive in nature and children should not be made to study that particular syllabus that the centre has given for them, calling them vindictive in nature. How do you see this?
See, it is not a question of syllabus. All the syllabuses are done by a task force and committees, and especially primary and secondary will all be done at the state level. So none of the things are vindictive. I want to ask the minister that let him come out which is vindictive and how it is vindictive. Just by mere making some statements with preconceived notion, and to change the entire policy is very uncalled for. It is very detrimental for the future of the children of the state. I am telling you that this government is making a very, very colossal mistake, and they are playing with the future of the children, which is really unpardonable. And I am warning this government not to indulge in this. If they want, they can have a detailed discussion, open discussion. And if there are anything amendments to be done to the policy, it's just a policy, it is not a rules. Yeah. So they can bring in any new things in the policy, but changing the whole thing, which is of the international standard, and bringing our children to the international level competition and growing and having a multi opportunities for education in higher education. And it is one of the best this thing, very well thought and not done overnight. The same Siddaramaiah government in 2013 to 18 has approved the draft. They had sent to all universities and they got the report. They have approved the draft, and now they are going against it for mere political reason. This is totally uncalled for, and we will resist it with all our strength and under our command. And I'm warning this government not to play with the future of the children. And if there is anything else, let them come out openly. Just because there is change in government doesn't mean that the change in policy. Every year you can't have new policy. What will happen to the children who have now studied 2 years in their colleges? Yeah. And all of a sudden if you change, what will happen to them? So all these questions are there. And it is not a small thing. And it's going to upset the entire education system itself. Now, a lot of training has gone through, teachers' training has gone through, and even syllabus has been discussed wide, and modern syllabuses are there, which are adopted, some of the syllabuses which are adopted internationally, adopted nationally, and adopted in both in government and private sectors. So it has been done in a very, very scientific manner. And these people who have come in government in 3 months, they are so, I never expected this government to be so vindictive about it.
So it was the same Kasturi Rangan who designed the NEP, who has also designed the SEP as well. So it's the same resources.
See, I'll tell you, Kasturi Rangan was the chairman of Knowledge Commission of Karnataka under Siddaramaiah. And the same Professor Kasturi Rangan is the head of the task force who formulated this new education policy. And a lot of Karnataka education ministers were there in the task force. And they have done it 3-4 years. They asked all the opinions of the state, different institutions, different people in walks of life, and they formulated. After formulating, when we wanted to implement, we also set a task force here for implementation, and that was headed by once again Kasturirangan. Kasturirangan is a very eminent and very, very highly respected person. He's a scientist as well as educationalist. And he has done such a beautiful job, and unbiased he has done. What for him? None, yeah, it is pure politics.